We are here at AWOL, the AWOL space right now in Los Angeles. I will show you and describe this paper mural installation called Dissonantia. This work will soon be dismantled here and cut into sections and reassembled into a multi-layered installation in Mexico City. This will be for the QiPo Art Fair in the Edificio Donde complex. The title of the work, Dissonantia, comes from the Latin root. This painting was originally created for an AWOL private event along with music here in 2022 in July. This work is a 50-foot long panoramic landscape. It's about 11 feet high here, a bit shorter on this side, going to 9-10 feet high to accommodate the different size walls. Brushed acrylic, it's painted on white backdrop paper. The paper primarily used for photography backdrops, and it's meant to enwrap you kind of like a theater in the round. This imagery is intended to be jarring. The landscape depicts a bombed-out urban center, otherwise sprawling city, reminiscent of devastation and missile-attacked buildings in Ukrainian cities. But this is somewhere else, an imagined city. We can see the shattered high-rises, condos, and streets demolished. Yet, commercial billboards mysteriously remain intact. The adverts and signs, commercial messages, they seem to be bomb-proof, remain unscathed. The billboards also are in English, which adds a wonder of where we are. North America, perhaps, or another English colonized district of a country or province. Pondering where we are geographically and showing a result of dissonance and disorientation here was the intention. Global dissonances trickle down, fodder for spectatorship. But in this fictional city here, there's a selective type of destruction. There's a selective nature to what survives. The question is posed, for what reason artifacts live on? Is there use for memory if nothing disappeared or shattered? There must be some meaning to the aftermath. If it is a slower process of a society being negated, slandered, erased, forgotten over time, if destruction is fast in motion, a similar metaphor will be used. Whatever that animation is, guided by missiles, psychopathic decisions, it looks like dismal, slow descension back to earth or sea. These entropic images echo across time. Like a fictive Atlantis eaten away by ocean, or a strange love world atomized by chemical or nuclear reactions. What is left to tell the story of what was? Who are the survivors escaping the violent manifests of militaries or premeditated mass murder? The human suffering is the disbelief. And the part that is impossible to wrap your head around is how mercilessly reality is then recast. Like being told stories about Neverland that are perverted because they actually were. In this painted landscape, the adverts survive with quirky lifestyle messages. One of the first papers that I wrote as an art student was on Max Ernst, was right there with the Dada surrealists, at that time considered activist movements of the avant-garde. What hooked me first was his painting Europe After the Rain. It's an apocalyptic landscape, plainly relating to World War II bombing, but also has a mythical and ambiguous feeling to the imagery. Textures, he would transfer textures through unique tools and devices. I feel this is the tragic comic part, that it is the things that literally no one controls. Who speaks for what's left over? Who is elected as the spokesperson, even if taken by force? Nothing can ever go as planned, because no one knows what reality is right now. And sometimes the stupidest unintended monuments live on. Here, the meek inheriting the earth is not the weak, but the ones that were never in the fight to begin with. A civilization length could be about 250 years. Guessing or calculating what will remain after all that, and how absurd it is to predict what will remain, is my interest in this installation.